Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in. I hope that you're feeling kind of excited for what I'm about to say. You may have heard the news. On Wednesday morning, Major Hogsett said that churches were able to reopen beginning tomorrow, which is Friday, so long as they met a couple of conditions. So my exciting news for you is MtZ will be opening up for service this Sunday morning. But we do have some things we got to talk about so that we can make sure that this is safe for everybody, that we keep everyone as safe as we can. The conditions for our reopening, according to the mayor, were that we can be at 50% capacity. That's not 50 people. It's about half of the total capacity of our sanctuary. And that everyone coming to church has to wear a mask. So these are some of the things that we're going to talk about today that we're going to do to really meet these new sort of requirements so that we can, again, safely reopen MtZ. Initially, we are only going to open for worship. There won't be any, children's church. There won't be any Sunday school, small groups, any of that stuff initially. It's just going to be worship. So we'll be opening up just for worship. If you are sick, I know that not everybody who is sick has the coronavirus. Maybe you've got the flu or something else. If you're sick, please stay home. We want to make sure that we keep everybody as safe as we can. If you've got allergies and you can explain, hey, I've just got allergies, that's fine. But if you're sick, please stay home. If you aren't ready to return, we understand there's a variety of reasons for that. Maybe you're someone who is higher risk, or maybe you're just not ready to get back into it, or maybe you're somebody who's been watching us here at MtZ from other places, other cities, other states even, and you're not able to make it. The good news is we are going to continue to live stream. We don't know, the experience is going to be similar to what you have right now. We're going to begin our streaming with using an iPhone, but we hope to really quickly be able to upgrade that to a higher quality live stream. Church is going to look a little bit different for a while. One thing that we're going to do differently is there will be two services this Sunday, one at 9 a.m. and the other service will be at 10:30 a.m. That will allow us to kind of spread people out. It'll allow people who kind of don't want to be around so many other people to maybe come to the earlier service. And so we'll have two services, 9:30 and 9 a.m. and 10:30. Between those two services, there will be a window where we're going to go through and sanitize with disinfectant wipes all the high-touch areas, the pews where people were sitting, the rails, the doorknobs, the light switches, all of those sorts of things. In fact, we're going to really reduce the things that people touch as much as possible. We won't be passing around offering plates. We won't be handing out bulletins. We won't even be giving out connect cards and those sorts of things initially. The plan is, if we can get the volunteers, I'm going to talk about that a little bit more later. The plan is to have people meet you at the doors. So we'll have greeters standing at all of the entryways, opening and closing the doors for us so that we don't even have to touch those door handles. There will be some touching that has to happen as far as touching things like the bathrooms and stuff like that, but we're going to do our best job. We're also going to be taping off some of the rows as you come into the sanctuary. That is so that we can make sure that people have distance between one another as they come to church. So we're going to ask that you please respect where we've taped those rows off, so again, that we can keep everybody safe. We're going to ask that you wear a mask. If you have your own mask, fantastic. We ask that you bring it. It would really help us out. If you don't have a mask, our hope is we've got some promises to have some masks available that we'll be able to hand out. We don't have those in our possession yet, but I believe they're going to be here tomorrow or Saturday, and so we'll be able to hand those out. We're going to ask that you wear those masks properly. I know some people don't like them. I get it. I feel your pain. But if we're wearing it under our nose and we're breathing in our nose, we're kind of getting that stuff in and out. So we're going to ask that you wear those masks properly if you can. April's going to maybe talk about that tomorrow or so. If you got to kind of pull it away from your face to get a good breath and put it back on, I understand that. But we do want you to wear your masks properly. We'll have sanitizer in the building. We ask that you use the sanitizer and that you socially distance while you're there at church. So, I know we're going to miss our hugs and our handshakes and our fist bumps and all those things, but we are going to try to observe social distancing as a church. So we're going to have to wait on all of that stuff for right now. And it will all come back. And like I said earlier, there will be no children's church on Sunday. And initially, there'll be no nursery either. Those things will come back. But for right now, those will be things that we won't have going on. Now, all of that being said, we can't do this without your help. And I don't mean this like in a theoretical way. Like literally, we can't pull this off without some help. And so I'm going to challenge you. Here's what I want. As soon as this video ends, or even right now, if there's one of these 3 teams that we're going to recruit for that you can help with, we just want you to drop in the comment, which service you can help with and which of the teams you want to join. And the first is tomorrow night, which is Friday at 6 p.m. We're going to do a deep cleaning of the areas of the church that we're going to be using on Sunday. The hallways, the bathrooms, the welcome center, the sanctuary, all these things. We're going to be there at 6 o'clock. And we need some help from those of you who can show up and help us with that. So if you can help with that, just let us know in the comments. Say, I'll be there for the cleaning team. Or you can contact Susan Donahue. She will be heading all of that up. Secondly, for us to be able to reopen on Sunday, we're going to need extra greeters. We're going to need people to open doors for people so that we can just decrease the amount of touch. And ideally, we would have 4 greeters for each service. That's 1 at each of the entrances and 1 at the T hallway, so that we can kind of, again, we just want to control that. We don't want people don't want to touch stuff. So we want to be able to open and close doors for them. We'll be doing a training for that this Saturday at 1 p.m. Lindsay or Justin Loggins will be heading up that team. So if you're able to help at one or even both of those services as a greeter, just drop in the comments, I can be a greeter, and then make plans to be there at 1 o'clock this Saturday. Finally, we're going to need a team to safely reopen to help sanitize all the surfaces between services. We're going to have a window of between 20 and 30 minutes to really get all of that done. So if you would be able to help us, again, one or both of those services to sanitize between services, just let us know in the comments that you would be willing to help on the sanitizing team. Doug Dillon will be helping with that. And again, there will be training this Saturday at 1 o'clock. Now, both of these training sessions, they're not going to be that in-depth. We're not going to keep you for hours. It'll probably be a relatively short thing. But we want to make sure that we're being intentional about this, that we're not just kind of figuring it out as we go. So we are going to do some training and just make sure everybody's on the same page thinking the same things. So if you'd like to help on one or both of those 2 teams, show up Saturday at 1 o'clock and we'll walk you through it. If you're somebody who wants to help, but you don't know where to help, you can show up at 1 o'clock on Saturday and we will help you with that as well. Finally, the last need we have, so the 3 teams, the deep cleaning team, the greeters, and the sanitizing team, is there are still a few things that we could use some help with. We're still in need of disinfectant wipes. We've got plenty to get us through a couple of weeks, but we anticipate that this is going to be something that we're going to need to continue to do. We also need Lysol, the spray, so that we can spray the seats where people have sat. And we're still kind of looking for disposable masks. I know those are a hard commodity to come by right now, but if you have disposable masks, like I said, we should have some masks on hand tomorrow or Saturday, but we can just continue to have those and collect those. You can drop them off Saturday. We'll be there at 1 o'clock. Or you can leave a comment here on the Facebook post, and we'll make arrangements to get with you if you have any of those items that you could donate to help. Remember, these changes are just temporary. You won't have to wear a mask to church forever. But if we're going to reopen safely this Sunday, and we're going to follow the rules that the mayor has put forth, and again, we're going to wear our masks, we're going to practice social distancing, and the 2 services should help us to make sure that there's plenty of room for everyone to spread out. We will get back to normal in the future. Hugs and handshakes and fist bumps and all the things that we like to do, that will come back in the future. There will come a day where you don't have to wear a mask anymore, and we may not even have to sanitize between services. This is just temporary, again, to keep everybody safe. So I am super excited about this, about the opportunity to get back in and get back to just worshiping Jesus together. And there are a lot of people out there that still need that coming together and that hope and love of the gospel to be shared. And so I'm really excited that we're going to be able to get back. Again, I just want to reiterate, we are going to continue to stream live. So if you can't make it or you don't feel safe yet, that's okay. We understand. If you're sick and you're staying home because you're being responsible, we understand. You can just go to our Facebook page like you have been at facebook.com/MtZMD, and you can watch us online there. So super excited. I'm interested in the comments. Let me know who's going to be there. Are you going to be there Saturday at 1 o'clock for some training? You're going to be there this Sunday to worship with us. You're going to come to the 9 a.m. service or the 10:30 service. I'm really interested in your feedback, and I'm really interested in seeing all your faces. I can't wait, even if I'm just seeing your faces from like here on up. That will be better than just seeing them on Facebook. So let me know all of that in the comments. I look forward to seeing some of you on Saturday. Go ahead and bring your masks on Saturday. Depending on how many of us are there, we may need to wear those for the training. And I look forward to seeing you then. So that's all I got. If you have any questions, you can reach out. We'd be happy to answer them. Take it easy.